Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about why the Houston Rockets cannot win on the road. This is something going into 16 games in the season I didn't think I'd be talking about, but the Houston Rockets cannot win a game on the road. They are 0-7 on the road this season. I was thinking about it last night watching the Rockets game because before the Rockets game had started, I did like a video or two for the Astros, and in one of those videos, I was talking about how dominant the Astros were on the road and how terrible they were at home. And then watching the Rockets game, I was seeing how bad they are on the road. Or they're not. Sometimes they're not terrible on the road. They just can't get wins on the road. But they're amazing at home. The Houston Rockets are 8-1 at home, and they're 0-7 on the road. I mean, it's like the Astros and Rockets just reversed things up. I mean, the Astros are terrible at home, and they're amazing on the road, and the Rockets are amazing at home and terrible on the road. 0-7 this year. I mean, there's a couple of their games this year on the road have been close games. I mean, like the Spurs game, they lost in overtime, was a really tight game. Their first game, the Magic got blown out by 30, 116-86. But then they went on that seven-game homestand. And it started with the Warriors, and they lost that game. It was their first home game of the 2023-24 season. And then they went on I believe it was a 6-game winning streak they went on at home. And then they got back on the road. NBA in-season tournament, lost to the Clippers, 106-100, came down to the last shot. So, yeah, close game. It's a game the Rockets should have won, too. Then they lost to the Lakers. LeBron James made a game-winning free throw. That was a really close game as well. The Warriors, they lost by 5 on the road. Then, go back home 2 games, beat the Grizzlies by 20, beat the Nuggets by 19. Then the last 2 games on a back-to-back, you lose to the Mavericks. You blow I think the Rockets had like a 7 or 8 point lead in that game in the second half. And the Mavericks win 121-115. And then last night, without Fred VanVleet, the Rockets lose to the Nuggets 134-124. So, yeah, this team cannot win on the road. I think a big thing with some of their games on the road is before last night, Jalen Green has played terrible on the road this season, and it's been like that. It's been a problem for him in the past. But last night, he had an amazing game, even though the Rockets were on the road. Jalen had 26 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds for the Rockets last night. So that kind of changed things, I think. And if definitely in the future with Fred VanVleet back, and if Jalen can play basketball like that on the road, it definitely would change things. But this team has a hard time winning when it's not at Toyota Center, and that definitely could be a problem for the rest of the season for the Rockets. Ime Udoka, in my opinion, I mean, you have another road game coming up on Saturday. You go to Los Angeles. I mean, if you can almost beat them in the past, November 19th, almost 10 days ago, you almost beat them. You only lost by 1 to the Lakers. I think you can take care of business, but you can potentially take care of business if you're healthy again. Keep in mind, Rockets did not have Jae'Sean Tate or Fred VanVleet in last night's loss, 134-124 to the Denver Nuggets. So if you have those 2 guys back, the Rockets definitely can compete with the Lakers. They've beat them before by 34. They lost by 1 when both teams were healthy in a really close game where they played great basketball. I just want to see this team be able to win on the road. And, then you go back home for 1 game against the Thunder, but then you're right back where you just lost in Denver on next Friday against the Nuggets. So I really hope the Rockets can figure out their road struggles right now, and something I really hope Ime Udoka can figure out soon, because the Rockets aren't going to go anywhere if they cannot win ball games on the road. I know they've faced a lot of hard matchups when playing on the road. You got the Nuggets. You played the Nuggets. You played the Lakers, the Clippers, the Mavericks, the Warriors. And then your 2 other losses, the Magic, who are a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference right now, and then that other loss is the Spurs, that's kind of embarrassing. So another thing I like to think of is, like, yes, you're 0-7 on the road, but look at the teams you're losing to on the road. I mean, the Warriors, the Clippers, the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Mavericks, and the Magic, those are all great teams. So when I hear the teams that they've lost to, that kind of changes my perspective as well. Do I think the Rockets will be able to figure things out when playing basketball on the road and be able to start winning ball games on the road? I think eventually, yes. I don't know about Saturday against the Lakers. I hope the Rockets can get a win. I just don't know. It depends on, what type of matchup it is. Who's, it depends. I think the big thing is going to depend on how big of a night LeBron James has. But that's a late game as well. It's at 9:30 on Saturday. I think the Rockets definitely could get their first road win on Saturday, but it wouldn't surprise me if they go to 0-8. And then it gets even harder after that. Your next road game, Friday, December 8th against the Nuggets. But then after that, December 15th, your next road game against the Memphis Grizzlies, I think there is a true possibility of getting your first road win in the 2023-24 season if you do not do it against the Lakers or the Nuggets. So that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on the road struggles for the Houston Rockets in the comment section, and peace out. Go Rockets.